An AI, no, would never give up. The Venonat, I know. That's my impression too. Otherwise, she wouldn't have used me as a conduit for her will, or provided clues such as the Elpis flower. I believe she's been waiting for mankind's answer to Hermes' question. But what's the second condition? Must find a mean to reach Medion. Naturally, our chosen method will depend entirely upon whosoever she has made her nest. Meeting with Hadlin must by necessity come first. Do you or Master Mentora have any luck with your investigation to the Ethereal Sea? Sadly not. Though we enlisted the help of Ehrenwald and the other Echo-blessed allies, couldn't detect so much as a whisper of Hadlin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Mentora is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Hadlin. So, it would be most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, but closer to home. Sorry to interrupt, we just received word from the Forum. Your presence is required in the Rostra, where they intend to discuss the Great Exodus. Father was able to persuade them. Finally taking us seriously. Let's see what they have to say. Let's go. Oops. Rostra Stewart. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna TP to the Rostra. Forum is in session, and as such, the Rostra is closed to visitors. Sign of the 7th dawn. Very well. We wait in the corridor. Of course, entry will only be permitted on the condition you leave your armaments at the door. Lest you forget, the sacred institution holds rational discourse in the highest. The implements of war are expressly forbidden. Have my word. Ba-ba.
There is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter. We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
Dad versus son.
If I
Who
may
wins?
have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, at their request, on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
Huh.
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This arc, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
7 hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
Ooh.
'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the Anti-Tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino.
My guy's drunk.
Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
I like this guy, dude.
I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scions' terms?
Oh. Oh. Hey.
71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it.
What did Dad vote? Oh, he voted no.
Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state. And bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Yeah, bitch.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
You do be right. They wait for no one. I need to do something real quick. There we go. Alright, sorry. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. And since we require both a means of communicating with Hydaelyn and reaching Benetton, in the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the Ark as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. However, we must first keep our end of the bargain by solving the problem of the Aetherburner. I like to think that it's not a challenge beyond our combined expertise, or at least the expertise of our extended circle of associates. Might behoove us to learn how an aether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. Where's Sid? Where is Sid? Going underground. As instructed, I shall take you all to see the aether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your way there. He's mad. Mad as fuck. The Ark is being built in Labyrinthios. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Oh yeah, he mad as fuck. Oh, it's TP there. Fuck. Alright, Lord Fortune now. Our destination lies in the lower levels. The Forum, in its wisdom, has granted you access to the Archeon's lift. Up inside, we'll have Orphaline take you to the medial circuit. Excuse me. Oh, shit. Just use the lift, yes? Proceed to the medial circuit. I've sent your associates ahead to Logins to Con Alpha on the other side of Merle Economics. Actually, there's something I've been meaning to. No, never mind. They can wait. Let's attend to the matter at hand. Oh, I see. So we're going to the place that like we stopped all this. I see. I'll say stopped all this, like we stopped reversing. Had to turn back. Fucking straight tomato. He's an airplane. Merrill Ergonomics. I like how like each tier kind of has its own like soundtrack. Steamy Samantha, yeah, no. I'm gonna have to say her no. Good to wait here, and while our father arranges for us to use the next lift. Here being Loganson Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthius are regulated. Water is drawn from the underground and dispersed as vapor, simulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperatures in the air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. Well done. How do you know so much about it? My father brought me here as a child. What? And left me behind? Yeah, we know who the favorite was. Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I had been asking Father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. I peppered him with questions the entire time. It is all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world. To grow, nerd of its wonders. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loporrits, recreating a similar environment, I have come to view such processes in a new light. Subterranean gardens of Labyrinthus, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient Zodiac, habitations built for all mankind near the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. This is no mere coincidence. Ever since Outland unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Aetheris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthus in preparation for the Great Exodus. But that is not all. It has also been a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loporrits have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. I've arranged for you all to enter the Central Circuit. It is there that the most of our preparations for the Great Exodus are carried out. The construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions. You will have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We'll prove ourselves worthy of their trust. Your trust. Let's proceed. They just want Daddy's love. By decree of the Forum, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the Central Circuit. Let me in. Aha. The Aether Burner is being constructed not far from here. Seeing the work is Kokoi the Koi. Kokoi Den Kokoi. After whom the forge is named. Once the necessary introductions have been made, I shall leave you with them to discuss the particulars this way. Hello? So I can go south. Still down there as well. That I assume is Island's thing. Whatever they're using the your honor with. Again, I love how like every segment has its own music. That's like kinda sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows.
Huh.
Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Coco.
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
I love this guy.
The
Already.
schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the Ether Burner conundrum.
Huh. Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
It probably won't kill you.
But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient. A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Percent.
Hast thou consulted with the Loperids?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
I have some right here.
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more, well, that extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok-class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards. And the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't
Well.
we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
The White Raven's ghost. It haunts me.
Heavens, are you all right? You look pale as a... Well... Best put that battle from your mind for now. Deep breaths. That's it.
There are multiple internment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Actions.
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward.
Oh, he said the name. Oh wait, that's the wrong expression.
This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
I don't know who he's calling, but it better be Sid. That's all I'm saying. It's not Sid.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
Okay, it's not Sid.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allagan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all. Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Any road, if you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters foretold.
Then why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Sharlayan before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
Just like that.
This is what happens when you build connections instead of being like,
Aye,
now we'll
just
do it.
like that. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
He's jealous. Peanut butter and jealous. He's sad he don't have any friends. Sad, he's mad, he's dad. Who's bad? What's up, Crow? Sound like these. They were reminded of how famous or infamous Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single link pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the service and inform the relevant parties. I also have to contact my own. I also have a contact of my own that might be worth a try. And who might that be? Sid. That's for me to know and you to find out. On that note, I leave matters here in your capable hands. Best of luck. Meanwhile, in old
course of action is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the Stone Torches, my son Zimberk will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Chizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together.
Yeah.
It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ul Namo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
Nanamo or Namo. Meanwhile, in the Black Shroud,
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Hey, hey.
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our artificiency so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come, let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
Like this theme is really ominous. Shouldn't be.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Oh. Meanwhile, in Corothus. Avengers assemble.
There you are! We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already... That was a roar! A dragon's roar!
Oh. That Vitra? No way. Ooh. Meanwhile, on the Ruby Sea.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid.
The Confederacy. Is that a Ninja Turtle?
Hmm? Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
See this Ninja Turtle talking to me, dude? I like the other chess piece better. Boo. No job too small. Our friends are searching for refined adamantite. The sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they've arrived. In the meantime, is there aught we might do to be of service? You've already done more than enough. Gotta say though, I could use someone who knows a thing or two about Allegan technology. See there, the lab with the red eyes, imagine hair. You seem to know more than the average scholar. Ha! Only Master Cuckle knew that he was right. While he and Graha established a rapport, why don't we help with preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, that would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am that we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. If nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Fetch quest time. Woo! Well, you a bunch of helpful buggers. You have a mind to lend a hand, and know where you ought to go. Sharlayan Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busy themselves preparing for the Exodus. Ah! That lot need all the help they can get. Well, then off we go. All right. Now we go around. Just play scope here. Second. To the bridge we came in on. So there's a Aether shard over there. Aether current. From what I can tell, a lot of people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Scholar Monteshane mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally, without getting in anyone's way. Let's meet by the 8th way once our work is done. Yeah. Hello. Are you with the new helpers? Working on Aether burner. Oh dear. There are things that come to a standstill on that front. Even so, I choose that over my current duties, checking and loading and samples day in, day out. It's tiring. Make this work. Still, no one will be cross if I misplay a few legumes or what have you. The forum's got enough on their plate as it is. But with deciding who gets in, who gets to board the Ark and when, a lot of powerful people have opinions about that. My heart goes out to Master Horshinault and the others. When I get a moment's rest, I expect. They don't even have time to sleep. Helping with the Ark. Even with all the power Master Cuckle managed to squeeze out of the Aether burner, still not enough apparently. Now I hear the final days have arrived. Ruinous creatures rampant all over. Only begun the exodus sooner. People are dying and no end to it if we don't fulfill our duties. But we will. We spent years preparing for this moment. Believe in the plan. We all will. Let's go get this Aether out real quick. We'll look for the last person we're supposed to talk to. Oh, hello? Oh, man. Offering to help, that's very kind. But I should be able to organize the rest of the documents by myself. It's mostly a list of things we'll need once we arrive on the moon, and then whichever star we choose to be our new home. My duties largely concern the maintenance of living conditions, so they'll be a lot busier after we depart. I hear that our lunar collaborators have come down to assist in our efforts. Looking forward to finally meeting them in person, after having communicated with them in such a limited capacity thus far. To be perfectly honest, I have not even the slightest idea of what they look like. I do hope they're not enormous, looming giants, but I'd much prefer something small and fluffy. That beheaded rabbit over there. Little frog buddy. Little frog buddy. Oh God. Found him. Fancy meeting you here, Zoe. Our friends in the forum brought us to see their teeny tiny toy boat, which was quite impressive considering they didn't use any creation magics. What we're really interested in is the Aetheris itself, that we now find ourselves in a sort of funny underground miniaturized version of it. Oh, we were hoping the forum would give us a guided tour, but it appears they are rather preoccupied. Honestly, all the time to prepare, they're still not ready. I suppose we'll just have to show ourselves around, or at least that's what we're planning to do until we got chanced upon Ordeon J and your good self. As you're both dawdling about, engaging in idle chit-chat, perhaps you could show us a few points of interest. Won't that be fun? Wise guides. Yay. A tour of Labyrinthios. Unexpected yet prudent suggestion. Unexpected. Given the similarities betwixt the artificial environments and best way burrows, 'twould be in our best interest to have the Loporits acquaint themselves with these conditions deemed optimal by their Sharlayan collaborators. I fear, however, that continued reliance upon my limited knowledge would risk narrowing rather than broadening their perspectives. Mayhap thou art better suited to lead this venture. What a marvelous idea. Why we begin with that great big what's a who's it over yonder? Oh yes, the what's it. I shall leave its explanation to Zoe. Yeah, the fuck is that? The hell is that? The heck? Or even this. I don't know what the fuck that is. Is there a aether current behind this house too? On the other side. That is. It's over here. Goodness me, to build something so large without creation magics is positively stupendous. Perhaps you could direct our attention to its most important features? Yeah, I got no clue. Search the apparatus for points of potential interest. You may move the camera. Okay, it's one of these. Find and hunt things. Mushroom-like thing. Oh yes, this is its thing. Like the trees in the greatest Innsville. Hold on, that's a bit strange of a shape. Stand at the bottom, but big and round at the top. Quite tall for something so unbalanced too. That makes sense. That's where they store water. Is that water I hear from the inside of that great big tube? Must be because of those cogs and that gigantic wheel on the top. Oh, I see. That's how they draw up the water. There's probably some sort of spiral-shaped mechanism inside of it, too. Still hard to see from up here, but the golden pipe connected to those tanks at the top. Oh, and I can see through the window another pipe at the bottom. Must be for purifying water being drawn up from below. Well, if I were to hazard a guess, water drawn from the underground, presumably with some other mechanism, is purified here and stored in that tower before being distributed elsewhere. I'm right, aren't I? I knew it. A design brilliant in its simplicity, I dare say it would take only a moment to install in even the harshest of environments. For Sloperates, that is. Indeed, securing a reliable source of water is of the utmost importance for any fledgling settlement. We have read, however, that the people of Aetheris sometimes make their homes in arid deserts and such. How are they able to survive? Many settlements in Thailand are built near an oasis. So wherever you choose to live, you're never far from water. Oh dear, I worry we won't be able to procure the necessary amount. We can provide enough water to keep them from dying out completely, but it would appear they rely on far more than what we'd had anticipated. A few adjustments may be in order, once we calculated the average rate of consumption per individual. It may also be worth learning about how much exactly they obtain their water in the first place. Master Alphino spoke of the machinery responsible for the feat during our journey through Loginston Alpha, did he not? Mayhap the Loporits will share his appreciation for the engineering marvel. Oh yes, that sounds absolutely splendid. Must journey beyond the sanctuary of Sharlayan Hamlet. I will lead the way. We will have to brave the untamed wilderness? Well, concerned indeed. Could not help but notice the many dangerous-looking creatures with big, nasty teeth lurking beyond the safe confines of this settlement. Were we not escorted here by burly custodians, I dread to think what would have become of us. Regrettably to many, a hungry predator with the aforementioned big, nasty teeth leopards may appear to be a potential and rather appetizing source of sustenance. Might I impose upon thee to assist in securing safe passage to Lockenston Alpha? For my part, I shall act as escort to Living Way and Cooking Way. I entrust Singing Way and Growing Way to thy care. Leave it to me. A more valiant protector they could not wish for. Godspeed. I have to get water right after this cutscene. My tongue will go numb reading all this shit. It's all the same to you. I'd rather not be eaten by some horrid beastie. Come along, Growing Way. The water extraction. What's it? I love filler quests. Alright, right back. Let's see. Water.